Hey, welcome to Bestie Therapy.
where we talk about all the bestie tea that's going on in all of our lives. I'm Persephone,
And I'm Riles.
and you're ready to listen.
So today we are talking about careers and our career goals.
And not just ourselves, all our careers, but we're going to talk about how to find a right career and how to get there and stuff like that. So it's about just basically how to find our careers in our 20s or whatever age you are.
Yeah, whatever age. It can be really, really hard to figure out what you want to do, and especially in your late.
Don't age me. Don't age me. I'm kidding. But no,
especially just like in your 20s. Like, it's so hard.
We basically when we grow up and in school we're just like blah 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 trying to get ready, and then senior year of high school they're like, okay, what do you want to do for the rest of your life? I'm like, babe, I don't know what I want to do tomorrow. I don't know if I want to be with Brad or Chad, so let's figure this out. I don't know. But
It's funny because when you're a kid, they ask you what you want to be when you grow up, and we're saying stuff like astronaut or princess or chef, or a lot of teachers. A lot of us want to be teachers, and teachers don't get paid enough. I don't know how many times I have to say it, but
no, yeah,
just teachers need to get better pay. But when we're kids, we don't really understand the meaning. But then, like Persephone said, when you get to senior year, they're like, all right, now you gotta choose a career now. You gotta go to college.
and as a kid we're told, oh, you can be anything, and then when we finally decide, they're like, are you sure you want to do that? What about you choose something else?
Do you want to choose something that's more, substantial for your life, that's gonna provide for you?
What about your finances? Which
I get
totally
it.
understand. As a parent, I'm not a parent, but I mean, if I had a kid and they want to do something else, I would support them. But I would be afraid for their finances, but I would go support them and go for them. Be like, you do it, because at the end of the day, people need cheerleaders. That's
right.
People are gonna do what they want to do. You have to support that dream.
Right, exactly. So Persephone, what do you think your career goal is ultimately?
So I have a lot of things. Like I mentioned, I think in our last episode, I like to sing, act, dance, draw, but I think professionally I want to be a creator or entertainer, something that I want to entertain people, whether that's through dance or help out people with fitness. I have a lot of things. I want to entertain people through my art, but I also want to help people feel better or more good about themselves. So right now I'm trying to get my fitness degrees, and not degrees, but certifications in Zumba and dance, because I want people to feel good about themselves. So maybe to become a fitness instructor, yoga instructor, while I'm helping people, while I'm pursuing my dream of the arts. So hopefully maybe acting or singing in my future, or professionally dancing somewhere. And then I want to do, I'm writing a comic book series and a book right now. So there's
You're doing
a lot of hats, I'll say that. But
yeah.
The dreams are the arts.
Yeah. Oh, that's great.
What about you?
So for me, I think I said this in the last episode too. I want to be a creator ultimately. My career dreams and goals have changed severely throughout the years. When I was in high school, when people asked what I wanted to be a singer. But I didn't know how to songwrite, and I didn't care about doing that. And then I hit high school, and I did the drama club, and I was like, oh my God, I want to be an actor now. I don't, I'll do singing for fun, but I want to be an actor now. And then college hit, and I was doing the acting, and I wanted to do Broadway, which I don't want to do anymore. Necessarily, unless the opportunity came around and it was something I really did want to do with my time, then yeah, absolutely. But in college I was like, oh yeah, I'm doing this acting, and oh my God, I'm having fun, but oh boy. And this is the thing, people don't realize how hard the acting, the artistry path is. Because when I was in college, people were just like, "You're not really doing anything." I'm like, "That's such a lie." Like, oh, we learned. Me and Persephone learned how to do silks for for like a hot sec, like the first semester of our like freshman year, we were learning how to do silks, and I had someone go, "So, how's theater school life? You get to do that while I'm sitting and writing a paper." I'm like, "You don't think I'm writing a paper either?" Like, it's still difficult. But a lot of stuff went down, and I was ready to give up on the whole acting thing. I was ready. I was like, it's not for me anymore. I think I said this in the last episode too. I got some opportunities after I said that, that changed the whole course of hiccup. That changed the whole course of how I thought about being an actor. Because I will give it to you straight, acting is not no walk in the park.
No.
You have to. There's the business of acting. You have to make sure your website is up to date, which I'm honestly really bad about. That I want to get better with. But that your resume is up to date. You keep getting your headshots, and you keep going to auditions, and it was difficult for a while because when you have people constantly saying like, yeah, you're not good enough to do this, you start to believe it, and you're just like, maybe I should do something else. But what I realized through my senior year of college, I think, is I don't have to just do acting. I am working on an album right now that I will be putting on Spotify. In the near future. It's not. We're still recording our last song, and I'm really, really excited about it because this is a crazy one. This is a crazy song.
It's really good. I might have heard a few snippets here and there, and your girl can sing.
Thank you so much. I'm sorry, I'm like talking so much, but
no, please talk.
So I was doing a bunch of recording my last year of college, my last year. And then me and Persephone started working on a project my sophomore year of college. It's a musical that I had an idea for. Persephone's face, she was like, wait, what did we start working on? I'm like, you're kidding. Working on a musical, been working on it. Wow,
girl,
almost.
She works her ass off. Like homegirl can write too.
Thank you. Yeah, we're on the third storyline draft, and the thing is, the first two drafts, absolute garbage, absolute crap. But I got the idea there, and we're actually getting somewhere with the story now, which I'm really, really happy about. But we started doing that. And I was writing more music and then, recording it. And then I started creating, characters outside of college for the shows that I was in that I really ended up getting a lot of rave for. A lot of people in the audience were like, wow, you did really well with these characters. And I realized I was just like you. I want to be a creator. I find myself the happiest when I'm just creating a bunch of things. I want to try animation. I suck at drawing really bad, so I don't know how that's gonna work.
You're good at painting, so
yeah, I mean, not people, but I'm good at painting sceneries. Essentially, I mean, I probably would never go up in a museum, but it's kind of fun. So I'm gonna try something in that too. But yeah, I like Persephone. I think I want to be a creator, and I went into this whole Everett thing.
As
wow.
you should. No, it's easy. Sometimes it's hard, to figure out what you want to do, and that's okay because honestly, sometimes we just don't know, and honestly, to figure out what you want to do, try a lot of things. Figure out what makes you happy and what you can see yourself making money off of, and a lot of it is trial and error, just like Riley said with the musical that she's writing. The first two drafts were but the last one that we worked together on, it was Wow. Like, so,
It's getting somewhere. Like it actually, we have a story now where the first two drafts were just like little plot points, and I ended up changing because I changed everything. But I changed so much from
Silent, there
those.
was like a week where like we would meet, like we meet like every week, and she was like, "Her, listen, I changed the story. I changed everything," and I'm like, "Babe, we were getting somewhere the last time. What do you mean you're changing everything again?" So it was like
It was true. I did that. I think about 5 times. I think I did.
at one
did
point
that so
I was
much.
just expecting. I'm like, "You do you. I'm just here. I'll just listen. Yeah, I would be here."
It's true. No, I did that a lot because, well, here's what happened, okay? I was using the same ideas from my first two drafts of the story, and I was like, okay, like we have something, but then I hit a block and I went, ah, crap. Oh no, I hit a block and I was like, I thought I was going somewhere with this. I thought, and it just wasn't working, so I just went back to the beginning. I went, okay, where's the error? Why can't I think of anything else good that happens after this point? And then I would find the little things that were like the little plot holes, and I went, oh, because that needs to be fixed because that little plot point right here doesn't work. And then when I started reworking everything, I started to be able to keep pushing forward. And then so like I said, it happened about 5 times where I would get somewhere. Me and Per would talk about it, like, oh yeah, this could work, and then I would hit a roadblock. Go, nope, that doesn't work. Okay, what in this first part of the story is not working? Why won't the story continue to flow? And so that's pretty much what happened with that.
But like trial and error, like you
Yeah.
said, like that's what you did, and that's sometimes that's what it takes. Trying to find the career that we want to do, like putting on many different ads, trying everything until we find something that sticks. And even if you do find something that sticks, you can do more things if you would like. But whatever you do, go for it, even when people and yourself start to doubt you, because doubt is a big thing. Like if you have fear that like, oh, I can't do it, then you're not gonna do it.
You're not. If you put out into the world, like, you know what, I am a failure. I won't do anything with my life. Honestly, sorry for the tough luck, but that's going to be true because you're going to start to believe that. No matter how many times you say it, you say the same thing over and over and over again. Your brain is going to think, "Wow, that is true." Then,
If you believe it, people will see it.
and that's the truth.
And sometimes you're not going to have a cheerleader in your courtyard. Sometimes the only cheerleader you'll have is yourself. And that can be a scary thing, but sometimes it can be a thrilling thing where it's like, okay, fine. No one else believes in me. I'll believe in me. And so you do it and do the gosh darn thing. Even like Lizzo, like no, she had people that weren't in her court, but like 10 years ago, if you asked me who Lizzo was, I'm like, I don't know who Lizzo was. But like now we all know as this big pop star, or like it's like Lil Nas X. Like we all thought, oh, he's just a person who recorded with Billy Ray Cyrus. Like that was cute, that was cool. Like he did his thing. Now he's like one of the top artists, like exploring the LGBT community. Like it's just really cool what you can do if you set your mind to it and believe in yourself.
And I think a big thing too with any single career is patience. Because if you think if you put out there, oh, I'm just gonna wake up tomorrow and I'm gonna have this and this and this and this for me. You can go ahead and say that, but if you don't do the work, if you don't put in the steps to do it, then it's not gonna come to fruition. You can't just be like, dear God, please let me have a pony tomorrow, and then not go to a farm and buy one.
Anything you want to do, whether it's the most funnest thing, funnest isn't a word, but
We know
even
the
even if it is the most fun thing that you have ever done, or the most fun thing that you want to do, it's still going to require work, and work is not easy. It is hard, so it's still going to require hard work to do it, and hard work can be boring. Like
yeah.
it can.
It can. Oh no, that was
No,
all I was
it
gonna
can
say.
it can be a lot, and sometimes you're like, ugh, I don't want to do this because I'm not finding it. I don't want to write the song because it takes a lot of time and a lot of hard work and music theory to write it. But I do want to have a song. So you got to sit through the boring, mundane things to get something where you really want, which is like you want to be a pop star or whatever it may be. Just anything requires work is what I'm trying to say.
Right, right. Oops. So I guess Persephone, let's talk about some of the past careers that we've had. And some of those stories,
My
I guess.
past careers are boring. I don't know, I won't say boring, but they definitely showed me and shaped me as a person, or helped me figure out what I want to do. I started out at Target, Miss Target, as I started as cashier, then I became, then I went to get service, and then I did Starbucks. So I did a lot of Target, and I liked it because it showed me what the workforce was like, what the work field was like, and I'm like, okay, cool. And I made great people, great friends. Like, it was good just to have that experience, and I make money. But like, it was good. It was good just to do that. And then after that, where did I work at? I worked at as a desk assistant, as a front desk person at a college, at my university, and I really liked that job because, okay, low key, it was kind of easy and more laid back. But I basically worked with a community that I really liked, and I got to know the students because they were my peers, and it was great. And then after that, I decided to go into the office workforce and worked at a mortgage company, and wasn't making much there, so I moved back to the university, but as a manager. And it was that job, this last job that I had, it made me realize that I did not want to work in the office field. Like, there were easy days, but then there were hard days where it was just stress, and the work wasn't necessarily hard, it was just stressful. So it just showed me that I don't want to be stuck in a 9-to-5 office job my whole life, because I was not happy, and if I'm not happy doing something, then I'm not gonna put my all into it.
No.
So it really pushed me to just go for the arts, go for what I want to do, and just do what I can to support myself. But yeah, what about your past careers?
My sorry, I had like something in my throat. My past careers have been a lot of like side hustles. I have, oh my god, I did Subway when I was in high school. I worked at Subway. Yeah, I was terrible. I just for some reason did not get it. Okay, it wasn't like I was bad at making sandwiches, but like my phone like broke like during that time period, so I like couldn't get the schedule. So there was a mix up one time because I called and she was like, "Oh, you're working this day," and I ended up I worked a different day, and I get a call and I was like, "Oh well, I was told this day," and they're just like, "Well, who said that?" I'm like, "I didn't remember who told me. I didn't ask." So I was like, "Ooh." So I got in trouble because I got there late and had to leave early because I had the wrong day because my phone wasn't working. Yeah, my fault, but like still, I ended up working at Buckle for a couple years, which was fun, but I realized so quickly that I should never be a salesperson. Okay, well, here's the thing. I got really nervous when people didn't want help because like that was like our job. We had to be giving people like these ideas of like, oh, you should wear this and this and this. And people who worked there like had the personality, and I did too, but I was really bad at just like not being persistent enough, because someone would be like, sorry, we don't want help. I'm like, oh, okay. And my boss was like, no, you have to. I'm like, but they don't want help.
Don't you want me to be like, excuse me, why you want help, huh? You don't like me? Like
And so I would have some really good sales, but sometimes I wouldn't have it because I was too nice, I guess. Which that's not the field. That's not the field.
And the thing is, if I'm shopping and I tell you I don't want help, I don't want help. But thank you for asking. Like, you know. Like,
right. And I'm one of those people at the mall that I don't want to be talked to. I want to be with my friends. If you start talking to me, I'll be nice, but then I'll be like looking at my watch, like, okay, like I need it.
Some people are just anxious. Like, I get weird when people start talking because, like, I don't know you, you don't know me. Why do we gotta talk about the milk? Like, that's on $2. I'm like, I'm sorry, it's $2. Okay, like,
No, literally though. But yeah, so I realized so quickly that the sales was not it for me. Um, you can make bank if you're really, really good at it. My brother does insurance right now, and at State Farm, yeah, and he's getting some pretty good money. Yeah, yeah. He's
so,
he.
Riley's brother, do you need, like, an assistant or?
He's new. He's trying to balance like school and that's really stressful, which we will hit on in a second because we have done that.
Is it a full-time job?
Yeah,
Dang.
yeah.
Okay.
He's trying to do full time,
Go
and
ahead. Go ahead.
and yeah, so it's hard, and you have to hit the quota, of course, and it's not easy. But that's how I knew. And then I did Bullfrogs Bar and Grill. Um, during COVID, which I was a food runner, which actually I wasn't bad at. It took a while to get used to it, to know what the food was, but over time I understood what was going on. Fun fact: I dropped my phone in barbecue sauce. It's so gross, so gross. Like, it was a whole tub of barbecue sauce, and for weeks my volume was so messed up because there was still barbecue sauce stuck in it.
Did your phone smell like barbecues?
At the night I dropped it in, yeah. Yeah, that was something else. And then after that I worked at Highlands. I worked at Highlands as a hostess, which is actually a really cool place to work. Really, really cool.
It's a really nice restaurant, especially like at night because it's like on top of the GM building, right?
Yeah, it's in Detroit. If you're in Detroit and you want to go somewhere fancy, that is the place to go. It's on the 71st floor in the GM building. And they do a lot of like events. You can get married there if you want, or a reception on the 72nd floor.
The drinks are good. The food is good.
Like, amazing.
At night you can see like Detroit and Canada, and it's just like, and a river. It's just really cool.
It was so cool, and I ended up having to leave, not because of the workplace, because I had a really fun time there. Like, I thought it was a great place to work. It was just because I was in Clarkston.
Like 45, 50 minute.
Yeah, about an hour drive, and I didn't have all. It wasn't like I was full time there, so I wasn't like getting a crap ton, like a low ton of money. Like, it was a part time job, so to spend money on gas for like three days a week for like 8 hours, I just couldn't afford to do that anymore. And then my car was broken into. And that was my big, like, yeah, I can't.
This is it.
I was like, this was the
and
little
you had to
push.
pay for parking, which was.
Yeah, you did have to pay for parking. That is the only, that really was upsetting.
If you work in Detroit but live like in like a suburb area, like for my last job, I had to pay for parking, and like, babe, it was not fun because that's like $200. But for us, it was like 400. So like,
yeah.
It was like not it. But I used to live more near where Riley is right now, and I moved a little bit closer to Detroit. But I still have like a good commute, and like, especially with like rush hour traffic, it would sometimes take me like 40, 45 minutes just to get home. That was, it's not fun. And so like, I can imagine living where you are, just trying to get to Highlands.
Yeah. Yeah, it was it was a lot. And then after that job, I did Scamp a few summers, which is a little special needs camp that happens at like Clarkston Junior High School. And I did that, which was like okay money, like it wasn't like anything like huge, but it was fun. And now I do Pine Knob. I did that. I have to reapply, which was it made good money. For I was a box like operator, so I like helped with the ropes, and I helped with the. No, I never did the chairs, but I did the ropes and the carpets. And that was a pretty simple job. It was fun. And right now I work at Erebus Haunted Attraction, and that is a lot of fun to scare people. And I do a lot of dog sitting. To sum it up, yeah.
Basically, what we're saying is do what you gotta do to make some money. If you can do something that you enjoy to make money while you're pursuing your dream, then go for it. But if you have to do a job that you're not necessarily fond of, but you feel like you can get through it and do it, then do it. But just don't burn yourself out. With
No, you need to
whatever
be
you're
able
doing.
to know how to take a break. You just there's gonna be a lot of people that you come across because the amount of I know I've worked a lot of jobs. I know Persephone has. I know a lot of you guys do too. I know some of you guys are working 3 part-time or full-time jobs just to pay the rent, which is ridiculous because money has gone up so much recently and we're not being compensated fairly for where our economy is right now. If this was back in like before the
1950s.
literally, then we would be all set, but that's just not the case. Housing is
It costs a lot to live,
millions,
basically.
millions, and make sure that you are taking the precautions for your mental health too. I know sometimes it's not possible, but even if it's 15 minutes at night or 15 minutes when you wake up, do something that might make you happy to do, whether that is just sitting outside having a cup of coffee, going to Starbucks, I don't know, calling a friend, texting a friend. Just do something that will remind yourself that you are a person instead of a robot, because no one here are robots.
No, like, if you're not okay, then you're not okay to others. Like, if you're not good yourself, you're not going to be good to others. And at jobs, you have to be good to others. Be nice, be kind to
Yeah.
others. So take care of yourself. But we're not saying like quit all your jobs and just
No.
go for your dream. Like, if that's what you want to do it. But we're not saying like don't make money. Still make money, like, because we need money. So do what you can to survive, but also go for what you want to do. Because at the end of the day, you have one life, and that life should be spent following your dreams, not being a servant to a company for years and just trying to slave your life
Away.
Yeah.
No, I think that's a really, really good point because I know so many of us struggle with the concept of money and just learning how to save. That's a big thing that I want to learn how to do, is just knowing how to save a good amount of money, but also provide for myself. What's a good amount to save? I've heard it's put 500 in your savings and don't touch it and add to it, let it grow while you're trying to pay your bills, which I think is a really smart thing to do, which I'm not good at doing, but I want to get better with doing, because I'm sorry, college loans are really expensive.
Baby,
Yeah.
speak.
Yeah, I mean, those of you who didn't go to college, you're almost lucky, because at this day and age, because of COVID, people are looking for anyone to fill jobs right now, to fill anything, as long as you have the certification, or like the personality. I mean, there of course are some jobs that you do need to have that college degree with, but there are also some jobs that you don't need to have it. So for those people who didn't go to college, are saving a crap ton of money right now because the people who did are trying to pay that off. And a lot of us don't have the funds to pay it off right off the bat. There's some people who get very lucky, who get like full-time like full rides, or they went to like some college credit class in high school, because they did offer that. At least for our school they did. So I understand that when you have to work, you have to do it. And it really, honestly, it just sucks. I wish there was a way that I could just put a little sugar coat, like, it will get like better. And And sometimes it will eventually, but it sometimes doesn't right at that start. And for those of you who are going through it like I am, I feel for you. Really, I do. Some people do not understand, and a lot of us do, unfortunately.
It's a lot. Like, we have to have money because we have to have a place to live, have to pay our bills and everything, but we also want to do what we love. So that it's hard, like you said. Also, I just want to just also make sure, like, what besides somebody think, like, if you know what you want to do, and and you have a goal, and like, okay, I want to do this and I have a plan for it and everything. Just remember, don't downplay what you can do and what you offer to the table. That's something Riley mentioned to me a few weeks ago. But like, know your worth, and just basically you believe that you can do it.
Yeah, and there's steps that you have to take. I mean, I know the confidence game is really, really hard. I know for me, especially like in my college career, like I was not confident at all. I started off very, very confident, and then it went away so quickly. But there's a difference because I left college and I started working on myself. I think that's a big thing too. If you want to find a good career, you need to do some self work. You need to what's the right way? You need to learn about yourself.
Learn about yourself.
Because all you know is what people tell you. And you need to start spending time with yourself. If that means going on dates with yourself, then do it. If that means writing in a journal, if that means doing affirmations, whatever that looks like for you, you gotta make time for yourself. If you want to find that good career that's gonna hit you over the head, you can't just do it by going, okay, well, I'm just gonna be sad and wake up and go to a job that I hate. Okay.
What life is that?
What
that
life
is not
is that?
living. That is, you are literally simply just existing.
You are existing, and you are much more. You have so much more to offer if you're just existing. Mm-hmm. Like, everyone has something to offer. That's why we are here. I mean, the chances of us being here is so slim. So don't waste it. Mm-hmm. Learn about yourself. Try different jobs, try different things, and see if it sticks. And if it does, stay with it.
Yes. And if you find something that you like, or you know what you want to do, but you're not there yet, figure out a plan to get there. Like, whether that's, you can find a plan, like, or you can find information on how to get there, whether that's on YouTube, TikTok, online. There are literally ways to get to where you want. And you just have to research it and figure out what work you have to do in order to get there.
Right, right. And I know when you go into a job interview or an audition or whatever thing that the job that you want requires for admission, like Persephone said, you have to do the research. Know who runs the company. Know what the job entails. Know what, I don't know what the right way to say it. You have to know the field, if that makes sense. You can't just walk into anything and
train yourself.
Yes. And that comes with working on yourself. Know your worth to be able to realize that you can do it. Mm-hmm. Because if you sit there and just go, oh, I'm just going to go into the interview tomorrow and just see what happens. Sometimes that works, but if you know what to do, if you know the job. Like, yeah. I know a big thing, because my brother, like I said, does insurance. He went into that interview, and he was hired pretty quickly because the guy said, you should get a suit for this job. Like, you'll need a suit. And he said, great, where's a good place to find one that fits this criteria? Mm-hmm. And he took the initiative, and that's what really hooked him in. Mm-hmm. He was like, a lot of people wouldn't say that. A lot of people would be like, okay, I'll get a suit. Or, okay. Instead, it was, now, where do you think how should I present myself? What is going to make me look good for your company?
He didn't wait. He took the opportunity. He saw the opportunity and took it.
Yes.
Like, whatever you want to do, if you're like, oh, well, I'll do that in like 5 years. I'll do that like in 10 years. No, don't wait. The time is now, because we are not promised tomorrow. Like,
no, we are not.
We really are not. And like, a lot of jobs also, like, it's a lot of jobs. Like, I don't know about you, but a lot of jobs I had in the past, it was about networking and who I knew. Like,
Yes.
you could have all the right criteria, but let's be honest, we're all human, and if I had a stranger who was great at making dresses, but I knew Riley and she made dresses just the same way, but because I knew Riley, I would hire her.
Yeah.
So it's just a lot about, like, make connections, network, find friends, find people, mentors, or people to talk to who are in the field that you want to do, and figure out what they did to get where they are. Because at the end of the day, we do not know everything ourselves, and we all need training and need to learn from other people, whether that's do what they do or not make the same mistakes they did. Like,
Right. Right. You don't want to make the same mistakes other people have done. There's no shame in asking for help. There's no shame.
Ooh, say that again.
There is no shame for asking for help. There's no shame in that. I know a lot of people, me included, is very, oh, well, it's my thing. I got to make sure I know what I'm doing. And it's like, well, there's might be someone who's right around the corner who knows exactly what you need to do and could help get you in if you just take the chance. And sometimes I get really scared to do that, especially as an artist. It's like, ooh, but what if this doesn't work? Or what if it just flops or whatnot? What if I don't have time? Like, I'm one of those people who I try to make excuses, and I'm trying to learn how to not do that. But don't make excuses.
No. And, like, if it does flop, okay, whatever. Begin again and start again. Like,
oh my God, you know how many times it took, like Einstein, several times to get somewhere that he was comfortable with being. He was like this genius, and he failed several times with a bunch of things.
But no, like, you have to fail in order to succeed.
That's the only way. That's the only way. Especially in the career force, it is about the journey. It's hills and valleys. You're gonna hit a peak, and you're gonna go, oh my God, I finally got it, and then you're gonna go right back down. You're gonna go right back down. It's just how it happens. That happened to me a bunch of times. Gone up, okay, I feel like I've gotten somewhere. Nope. And it's all that is doing is shaping you to be the person you are meant to be. It is shaping you. All the struggles you've had, all the rain before the sun, all of that was just to make you a better person. And when you realize that life is happening for you, not to you, your mind completely just changes. The victim in your brain goes away. Because if you think that every bad thing happens to you, I mean, there's a lot of things that, let's be real, a lot of bad things, especially in the career force. You have a lot of power hungry people. You have a lot of bossy people who degrade you. You have a lot of, there's a lot of people that you have to deal with. If it's not good for you anymore, leave.
Oof,
but
feel that.
yeah, but that's, instead of, which I've done, oh, poor me, poor me. If you have to play poor me for like a hot second, fine. But don't stay stuck in that, because life literally is creating you. You are creating yourself.
Push through it and push yourself. Like, it's, yes, poor you, poor us, poor me, but like, things happen to people every day, and you are allowed to be in your grief and be in your sadness, but you also are allowed to succeed through it.
You're allowed to make a choice for yourself. Like I said, if there is a situation at work that is really, really bad, if something really bad happened to you there and you're not comfortable being there, or you've spent so many of your years there and it's not working for you, you have to be comfortable enough, or not even comfortable, push yourself out of your comfort zone and be willing to take a leap of faith.
And sometimes, even with jobs, it's location. Like, we want to be in the arts, but we're in Michigan. Like, you know?
Yeah.
No hate towards Michigan. Love you, Michigan girly. Thank you for my fall and my winter and all that jazz. But, like, me and Riley have even talked to ourselves, like, hey, like, we should probably go out of state somewhere in New York or California just to make it, or
Nashville.
Nashville, thank you.
You're going Texas, Tennessee.
Like, just to get where we want to be. And sometimes you have to do that, and it is scary. Change is scary, but sometimes you have to change your circumstances in order to get where you want to go. So,
yeah, I 100% agree.
I think we hit
a lot of the points. If you have any questions about career, because I know we talked a lot about our career, we want to hear from you too. Email us, and we will answer if you have career questions. And this is from the viewpoint of people who are still going through it right now.
We do not have all the answers, but we can always give our input or advice if you want it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Our email is bestietherapy@gmail.com. It is BESTIETHERAPY at gmail.com.
Yes.
But we would love to just read your submissions and everything. But thank you guys for listening.
Thank you for listening.
This
so
has
much.
been Bestie Therapy.
Bestie Therapy. Woo! Bye, guys.
Bye.